It was a
It's
lot of
not too
tools though.
bad.
It was impressive actually. We just walked up to like the third floor of a commercial building and came back, and it was all gone. Like whoever
Mm.
did it was like a
They were
ninja.
watching. They were waiting. Yeah,
Oh yeah, they were like in the bushes over
plotting
there,
and
and it's like
scheming.
they earned it with their powers. It was impressive.
That is pretty much one of my fears too, man. Like that sinking feeling you get when you know you've been got.
Yeah,
You
see, that'd
know,
be
it's
rougher if you're in a position like, okay, let's say if you start your own company and you have like one or two guys and that happens, that can be pretty rough. That's a lot of your livelihood that's in jeopardy right
mm,
there. Because you had talked about
exactly.
starting a company. See how I work
Yeah.
the segues here? They're
Oh
impressive.
yeah. Yeah, man.
Um,
Nice.
so what is your current status in that thought process
Yeah.
and the actual physical process of starting a company?
I mean, it's currently it's kind of still in limbo. I mean, I've definitely established it and everything, but I've kind of been a little bit disenchanted by it, to be honest. Just by a lot of the back end stuff that goes on. Like I told you before, it takes a lot more than just being a good tech in order to run a company properly and effectively. So it's one of those things where we're playing it by ear. I've got a pretty good system. The guy that I'm working with now, as far as working with him, it's really pretty sweet setup. But as like I said, I'm not sure the direction what direction I'm gonna go with my company, but it's just I don't know how to say it. Like I said, it's just a lot more to it than I would have thought initially. So, and like
Yeah,
yourself, it's one of those things where it just kind of sucks the life out of you as far as the drive when you're having to deal with a lot of that weird like red
that's true.
tape stuff and just government type stuff. It's I
Some
don't
people
know.
are
Just
better
for
than
me
others at
personally.
that, is what I found. Some
Yeah.
people can, like, for me, just going back to stuff that I had to do, I didn't do a whole lot of installation. I like service. Service here, you don't need permits to do any service calls or anything like that. You just need EPA card to handle refrigerant. So, I mean, doing
Yeah.
service was easy. But when I got a job, I had to go get a permit from the permit office. I hated it. I hated the whole time. I'd be like, I hate the government, the whole way there and everything like that. It's like, I don't think we should have to do this. I cared very deeply in that moment about hating the government. Uh, and well, they kind of earn it with the privilege licenses and stuff. Like we get into stuff where they charge you to work in the town. Like you go to, let's say it would be something like if you went to Monroe and you had to
Yeah.
have a privilege license to work in Monroe to do a job there, and they
Hmm.
charge you $100. There's beach
Damn.
towns here that charge you like $80 or $100, and that's for one job. And
Really?
oh yeah, and
Doesn't matter what the job like the. I mean, it doesn't matter what do you mean for like an
it's
install or?
install. It's install
Okay,
change out sort of job. So
I
if you're
see.
coming to do a change out, like I did some in Oak Island, which is right at the bottom tip of Brunswick County, right out here at the coast, and you had to go into town to get your permit, and the whole way I'm like, I hate the government, I hate the government. So I pull in there, and it's like, well, the permit is X amount, and then you also need a privilege license, which to me is the dumbest thing. It's just like we made up something else that we could sell to you to extract money from your company. And that's all it is, because it doesn't mean anything. All the information's on the permit, so they're not getting anything else besides money from you. And it's stuff like that I hated. I hated dealing with
Yeah,
that. I would
and it just
rather
yeah,
just do service forever. Yeah.
it just seems like something that you'll never be able to fully. You it's something you'll never. All the different tentacles of a business to me, it just seems like something you'll never be able to fully manage as one human being. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or at least be efficient or be I guess I don't know, man. Maybe you could. I mean, I guess there are people doing it, but you still have to
Yeah.
hire stuff out. You still have to. So I mean, I guess I don't know. It just
I
I
think
think
there's
we'll
certain
see how it
things.
works out.
Yeah, there's certain aspects of it. Yeah, clarify in the chat, the privilege license is for the year. It's not for one job. I think I misspoke. It's for
Oh,
the year. So if you do, but if you're someone like me, I was going down there to do that one job, and that's all I was doing that year. So for me, it was for the one job, but it would cover the year. Uh, I interviewed Zach Desjardins from Quality HVACR a few times, and he's a business owner, and he kind of struggled with this too, but found you have to kind of sub out certain things, and one of them is accounting, which I always
yeah.
did my own stuff as far as accounting,
Oh,
and that's
really?
probably one of the reasons. Yeah, it was
Damn.
not done well. So whatever respect and admiration you were building up to right there, allowed to dissipate because I did it
Stop.
poorly. Now, there was, there's people out there that are so good at this stuff that's like, I have these expenses. I don't crisscross from my LLC to my personal funds ever. I keep them separated like they're supposed to be. I have all the receipts and stuff like that. I was horrible at that.
Yeah, it's
I was
hard.
better with
It's very
service
difficult.
call information than that.
Yeah.
So,
That's
I
why I
can
struggle
imagine.
too. I mean, it's a whole different, mindset, trying to juggle those, kind of take off your tech hat and just, I don't know, man, it's hard to juggle. It's definitely one of those things you got to give people props for being able to manage and operate business just as one entity.
Absolutely.
Cause
I don't know of anyone who could do that perfectly. And I think that's why they all end up being small forever. Because
yeah,
they can't grow because they can't function well enough to do that.
exactly.
So, I mean, I can understand that. Does that mean that it's not going to happen for you in the near future, or that you just have to rethink how you would do it?
Just having to, just trying to feel it out, man. Like trying to play it by ear, honestly. It's one of those things. I don't know. I mean, I'm still trying to establish it, but it's just, you can definitely see the writing on the wall a little bit, that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's it's a learning experience we're all going through. We all have to kind of try different things out, but you never know. You know what I mean? I'll definitely
Absolutely.
keep everyone posted. You know what I mean? Try to see where I go with it, but
Well, I think guys got a special fire for that sort of thing. I mean, it's like, I want to be an owner, and
yeah,
not to say that just being a tech forever, that's not negative. That's not a bad thing. I mean, you're just providing for yourself and family. That's all you have to do, technically. There's nothing wrong. Do you see not becoming a business owner in any negative light, like staying a tech forever, or is it just something you want to pursue? Maybe being a business owner. You know what I mean? Just is it a natural progression to own a business, or do you not have to be successful?
definitely don't have to be successful. I mean, success, as far as I'm concerned, is just, I mean, it's like when your passion coincides with, what you want to do coincides with what you have to do, right? Like you're making a living doing what you love to do. And I guess there's always going to be hurdles, ups and downs and things like that, and things that might frustrate you, but if you can get a little glimpse of that here and there, you can kind of consider that success. A lot of times, I mean, I've been in jobs where I was miserable, the whole time. And I love doing service. I love, the just the different aspects of it. So now, as far as the things that the aspects of operating a business, I haven't come to like any of that, so far, as far as like the back end stuff. So that's why I don't feel like it's a necessarily a step up, or
Right.
a failure to not go in that direction if it doesn't work out that way. Because if it makes you miserable, it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I 100% agree with you. I mean, I own the podcast business, but it's a totally different animal, than having to go do service, because going out in the field is so like diametrically opposed to doing office work for your company. It's so different. It's almost like there's two personalities to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like,
No
it's
joke.
hard to go from one to the other. It's easy. I like being a tech because I can talk tech to other techs because I know what they're feeling and I know what they've been through. But owners, I don't have that feeling with. I don't feel like I connect with them in any way. Even though I did it for 10 years, I still don't feel like one.
Huh.
And that doesn't bother me at all. I gravitate toward people who fix things. I respect people who fix things. That's what I like.
I see what you're saying.
I've always been that kind of guy. It sounds like you told me that too. You like fixing stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, always. I've always been kind of just a guy like to tinker on stuff, even as a child. Just kind of working on dirt bikes, riding dirt bikes, go karts, things like that.
Summertime